Good afternoon, graduate students. This is Jeff Burton from the Palmetto CRA, and welcome to project number 2 for your internship at USF. Today we're going to look at some files. I will send you a link to a folder called Cities. Inside this folder there are 33 folders that have different cities from around the state, from around the country, and actually a couple from around, the world. So quite a diverse group. Inside each of these there might be other folders, and then inside those are pictures. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at each picture in these folders, and then we're going to tag them with certain keywords so that we can search for them later through a sort of all the pictures, in case we wanted to see all the benches or all of the parking spaces or all of the storefronts. And I've already sent you a Excel spreadsheet with a list of tags. That's not that there can't be more tags or better tags, it's just that's the list that I came up with. And so what we'll do is we will look at each of these pictures. For instance, this one right here, which is a picture of a gentleman standing with an umbrella, or a lady standing with an umbrella and blowing in the wind. And this is a piece of public art in front of a building in Fort Myers, Florida. So what we would do is we would come over to this picture right here, right click it, and then come down and hit properties, and then go to under properties, go to details, and there's one right here that says tags, and come over here to tags, and in that list I'm sure there's something called public art. If I can spell it properly. And that would add the tag public art to the picture itself. So we would hit OK, and that would save it. And then if we went to something else like this image right here, has benches, a garbage can, a sign, and it's part of a streetscape. There's the sidewalk, the parking, and the road itself. So, and this obviously is a light post, so we would then go to this image and do the same thing with it. And just like I was saying before, I've sent you an email with a list of different tags like benches, and I've shown you a picture with benches, and business signs, the same thing, parks, low impact development, which is a type of stormwater management, storefronts, streetscapes, trash, public art, somewhere right in there. And these are the list. There's public art right there. And I want you to tag each item with one of these. So again, we would go back to this picture right here, which is the trash can, lights. It's a streetscape. It has benches, and we can even has landscaping. So we would go back to the list, and we would come over here and right click on this image and hit properties, and then hit details, and under tags, benches. Now it pops up, and if you've already got them in there, they'll pop up. You just click on that, and then the next one would be lights, because there was a light pole in that picture. And there it is, and just click on that, and then the next would be sidewalk, because it was a sidewalk. Click on that. Next would be a streetscape. Right there. Next would be trash for the trash receptacle. Try that with a capital T. That's the first time I've used that one, so trash. And then it also had a sign. It was like a wayfinding sign. Wayfinding sign. Okay, it had parking. It had, and that's all it had. And then we would hit OK. And then that particular picture is finished. Now, when it comes to a picture like that, we go back and look at it. And if there's something special about that picture, there's something that you think that looks really cool about that picture, then we can always go back, and you might consider doing this when you do these tags. We can always go back on the details and under comments. As you can see, here are all the tags that we've got in place, but under the comments it could be something like sign designates historic location, because that sign designated a historic location, kind of a place to stop and look at something, and you can hit OK on that and it'll save that also. So that is what, in fact, I'll show you. This is a picture of the sign, and as you can see, it has historic buildings and it explains a little bit about them. So what we would do with this one is we would right click, go to properties, go to details, and under tags put wayfinding, sign, and historic, which is right here, and then hit OK. So now we've done two of those right together. So you're going to find a lot of pictures, some places more than others. What this does is it helps us sort through if we want to look at certain specific things. For instance, like in Monticello, Florida, here is a bike stand, and you'd want to put a bike stand. You might even consider setting it the right way and then just saving that by just hitting X, and hopefully it'll correct it like that. But we want to make these tags so that we can do sorts on them, so that when we're doing a project we can look at what other cities have done. If you see perhaps in the name I have the date, where it was, what it was, and who did it. If you have pictures that you would like to add, it can be of Tampa, it could be of your home country. We would love to have them in this, and we want to make this available on the web to everybody who wants to be a part of it. So when we're done, this should be like a public library of downtown amenities that you can sort through and come up with some really good ideas. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I know it can be hard sometimes. Just email me at jburton@palmettocra.org. I'm going to try next week to be available